it's literally okay to detach, bro. You can detach from family, you can detach from friends, you can detach from materialistic items. Once you detach, oh my god, life becomes so much better when you just don't give a fuck about the things that everyone else gives a fuck about. I used to be this type of person. Well, I never really cared too much what everyone else cared about, but there'll be at times where I would try to, focus on it a little too much, try to force outcomes, try to make myself overly dependent on things that did not matter. Let's say when it came to clothes. Bro, I wear whatever I want to wear now, bro. I wear whatever I want with no issue. But believe it or not, at one point in time, I did care about what I was wearing. I did care about having the most expensive stuff. And when I did get some of that stuff, it didn't really feel as good because, I was really over-obsessing over clothes that were expensive. When I got them, I didn't even feel fulfilled. Opposed to now, I could put something on now. It's probably worth, $30 and feel great. Because first of all, I didn't waste mad money. And second of all, because it's just clothes. It's just fucking clothes. I'm happy that I at least got clothes. That's where it comes in. So I detached completely from worrying about over materialistic items. That shit is annoying. And I always try to explain to people, what is the big deal over excessive? Why are you so attached to it? And they just laugh in my face, and that's fine. You can laugh in my face. I'm asking the right questions. I'm asking the important questions. And once I detach about that shit, I don't give a fuck anymore. I wear whatever I want. Wherever I want, I buy whatever I want. No issue. I don't care who got anything to say, because first of all, I'm buying this stuff for me, no one else. But yeah, detach from family. Yes, bro. Anyway, I don't give a fuck if they talk about me behind my back. I really don't give a fuck. If you're so miserable to the point where you're going to talk junk about someone behind their back and not even say it to their face, I just don't give a fuck. And even if you did say it to my face, I don't give a fuck. I'm too relaxed to give a fuck of what anyone has to say about it anymore. Someone can cut my face right now and say what and call me a bitch. I promise you I would not give a fuck, bro. Just don't touch me. Just don't touch me. But I just don't give a fuck no more, bro. Why would I waste my energy on people who can't even love themselves? Why would I do that? Makes no sense. And once you realize that, you'll start detaching too. Who gives a fuck what anyone got to say? Their words don't mean shit. Because half the time they just be projections anyway, so why would I care? I know my worth, I know who I am, so I don't need someone else to tell me about myself when the whole time they're just telling me about themselves. And here's how to look at it. Anyone who tries to tell you or wants to insult you, they're literally just telling you what they feel about themselves. So that's the best part about it. They're literally giving you the game plan about themselves. So I promise you I don't care. Yeah, so detached from that, just goes to family and friends do that shit. I promise you don't care, bro. Just look at their face and laugh or just walk away. Who cares, bro? Who cares? I'm relaxed, I'm fine. I don't need anything from anybody. I don't need anyone to validate anything. I can validate myself. I'll make sure I'm good. So yeah. Detaching from relationships. Oh my god. Now don't get me wrong, I'm open to relationships. But I'm not going to be overly dependent on a relationship, bro. I'm not going to be overly dependent. I know my worth in a relationship. I'm not going to be a chaser. Fuck that. If I got to chase, I'm detaching, bro. Why in the world would I do that? Why in the world would I chase anybody, bro? If you have to chase it, ain't even worth it. It's not worth it. Because at that point, I'm just wasting time chasing somebody. You playing games. I'm not trying to play games. So, hell fucking no. I'm not doing that. So, yeah, I detach from that. I'm detached from forcing outcomes too. Things that move slow or take time. I'm not gonna keep trying to force or overly worry about the outcome of it, because think about it. The more you focus on something, the more it goes slow. Same thing with time. Notice how whenever you just keep checking the time, it looks like it's going slower and slower and slower because you keep worrying about it. But if you're actually doing things that you want to do and you're actually having fun, look at the time again. It's going faster because you're not worrying about it, bro. Everything is like that. You're not worried about detachment. Once you're detached from half the shit in this fucking world, but you're still at peace and you fulfilled, life becomes so much better. I'm telling you, it does. I'm telling you, it does. All you have to really worry about is yourself. And if you're dating someone, you worry about who you're dating. But like I said before, you don't over obsess. When I say over obsess, you don't put your entire energy. Yeah, am I saying it right? You don't put your entire self focus on, to keeping the relationship like, I'm looking for the right words. Hold on. I'm trying to phrase this right. Okay, let me restart. Let me start over. So I think you could love someone, you be in a relationship, but at the same time too, you're not. Well, let me give you an example. Let's say it's all shady. Let's say like it's going wrong a little bit. You don't over invest energy if it's not reciprocated. You don't overly try to force outcomes. You don't overly try to be I'm trying to learn the right words because there's a way you can be lovey-dovey, clingy, all that stuff, and still have self-worth. I think y'all know what I mean. You just have to find the right balance between that stuff. You know what I mean? I think I'm trying to find the right words. They want to come up with me saying you can't be this way, but no, it has to it just depends on the people, bro. It depends on how much is reciprocated. That's what I really mean. You don't one person not reciprocating, you don't overdo it because then you're wasting your energy. That's what I mean by that. But yeah. Detaching, bro. Detaching. Once you detach, life is a doozy, bro. It's a straight doozy. I advise y'all to detach, bro. Because you're not. Because when you're too attached, you start stressing yourself out too, and we all know stress kills. Bro, once you start detaching, you start aging backwards. If you too attached to some things, you start aging like crazy. Stress ages you and kills you. Detaching de-ages you. It restores you. Remember that. But yeah, that's my message with this one, bro. Y'all have a good one.